Namaste. Namaste to one and namaste to all, because we are one. The law of divine oneness. Okay, I've not made a video for a long time. I've been extremely ill. I've lost loads and loads of weight and double lung pneumonia from the COVID, and it just got worse and worse and worse. I've almost died a whole bunch of times again, but almost is the word, and I'm still here. I'm still fighting on. So, it's most of it is in here and in here, believe it or not, especially with pain and having the most horrific pain that a human being can possibly experience. Has really taught me a lot of valuable lessons about myself, about others, and about life itself. Okay, as I'm still recovering from the double lung pneumonia, I'm still incredibly weak. I don't think I'm able to give a teaching, so I'm going to try and give a channeling instead, if that's possible. I will see you on the other side, as they say. We are here. We greet you in the love and the light of the one infinite source, of which you are all a greatly valued and a greatly loved aspect of. This teaching is a continuation of the following. This teaching is a continuation of the last teaching. This is part 3 of the Mastery Trilogy. We will explain the superconscious mind and the superconscious field and how to access both, for both are one and the same. The superconscious mind is your access to the superconscious field. The superconscious field is all around you, within your dimension, but outside of your dimension. Overlaid. There are many, many, many realities, as you may term this, overlaid on your current location, if you desire to term a state of being, a vibrational state of being, a location. For we see dimension and location in a slightly different way to you. There can be many, many, many dimensions inhabiting the same one, as you term this, location, though locality is an illusion and a part of the construct, as is time, as is space. So what is fundamental? Consciousness is fundamental, and your divine state is your birthright. Consciousness creates physicality, and not the other way around. Consciousness is not an emergent property. Consciousness is the fundamental reality. This lesson will now continue. The superconscious field then can be accessed through various means and methods on your realm. The first method is a method that is incredibly popular amongst your peoples of your planet, which is psychedelics, psychedelic compounds which grow naturally or are created artificially. Both can gain the desired outcome, which is actually not a switching on of your brain circuitry, but it is a dialing down, and even in some cases a temporal shutdown entirely of your waking state of consciousness, or as you term this, your baser instincts, and your conscious state of mind is in a state of temporary hibernation. When this happens, the psychedelic drug, as you term this, the compound, acts as a kind of releasing mechanism for your consciousness. The Holy Trinity within your mind, within your brain complex, that limits your consciousness to the third density, being your thalamus, your pineal, your pituitary glands, locking your consciousness state into a limited third density state of consciousness. The signal is massively disrupted, is interrupted, and instead of turning on parts of your brain, parts of your human brain are switched off or dialed right down to the point where there is only your divine self, your divine state of being left in somewhere between the deep delta and the gamma regions, though with dimethyltryptamine you will often go into the gamma ranges of consciousness. The second method is through meditation. The second method is to quieten your mind. To quieten your mind, you must first learn that your thoughts are not your mind. Your mind actually runs through your entire physical vehicle, though your mind also exists outside of the physical body entirely. In fact, there is only mind. There is only mind at large. You may term yourself or may look at yourself as mind individuated or mind localized into a certain field, a certain dimension, a certain realm. The third method is through practices such as yoga, such as Tai Chi, such as Qigong, and many, many other methods. We are stating the most common known terms to your peoples. There are other methods which many mystics have used, such as wandering in the wilderness, to name a very famous story of yours in the West, and indeed in the East. Your famous teacher, Yeshua HaMashiach, also known as Jesus the Christ, taught and learned this method. He had to learn everything before he taught, because even Yeshua, even the Christ, was humanly embodied, the same as you and this vehicle that we are speaking through. So by wandering for extended periods of time with a wandering mind, we say, you do not have to be wandering in the physical to be wandering in the metaphysical. Another technique related to this is deprivation, depriving yourself of water for 4 days. We do not recommend this for various reasons, but mostly for your safety. There is also methods of starvation. There are methods of injecting venom. There are methods of staring at a single point for many, many minutes to hours. There are many, many other methods that your wanderers, your mystics, your gurus have remembered or have rediscovered or have been made aware of by teachings. The teacher is also the student, and the student is also the teacher. You must know this, for teaching is to learn, and to learn is to teach. It is a symbiotic relationship between the teacher-learner, teacher-student, student-teacher relationship, but the student is really the teacher, and the teacher is really the student. As every single drop of rain falls upon this ground today, let every single entity be blessed, blessed, blessed. We now take you to a moment of silence. Please bear with us and just quieten your mind. This is who you are, minus the human thought chatter. It is not the thoughts within the meditation or the contemplations within the meditation that is the most sacred. The most sacred aspect of meditation is the silence, the absolute silence in between the realizations that come through. We leave you in the love and the light of the one infinite source, of whom we are all an aspect of. And we say to you, none of the methods that we have detailed are we recommending, for this choice has to be yours and yours alone, and safety always has to be your primary concern. The ones who seek will find. The ones who find will rejoice. And the light that will come out of the ones who rejoice will illuminate the world. One light spreads to another light. Keep on shining your light as the star that you are. Okay, that's gonna have to be it. Yeah. I hope that you get something from this. I hope that I get something from this, right? Because I'm gonna have to listen to this back. Whoa, that one exhausted me a little bit. Sometimes I get energized, and sometimes I get really tired after a channeling, even a short channeling. I always get very emotional because you feel home. I feel like I'm home again every single time I drop into channel. And you got to be careful with that because it can get addictive. And then you're addicted to something that you have to know that all of this is you. The ones who I'm channeling are other aspects of me and other aspects of you. We're all one. We're one family, and we're just trying our best in a difficult time, but a time of great change and great. There's so much good stuff to come. I can promise you that. Okay. As always, take care and stay strong. You're stronger than you even can possibly imagine. Stay safe. Namaste.